Yeah, these fucking videos suck ass. Use the goddamn name of the
What are you talking about?
fucking VKB videos.
Yeah, I really wish people. I'm not a big fan of videos with no like talking. I much prefer than someone to explain why they're doing what they're doing and what it does. I mean, most of that's real basic, but especially when you get into the software, I wish there was a lot more done with it as far as explaining why they're doing what they're doing and what it actually controls, instead of them just kind of real brief, thumbnail on what it's supposed to be doing.
Like, am
Just
I supposed to use nuts here? Like, what the fuck?
yeah, it is what it is. Try logging back in now that I got my VKB, or not my VKB, my OBS working properly. Ever since I
Am I supposed to use
went on
nuts?
vacation and got sick, I kind of stopped streaming.
Alright, that'll work.
You able to fly now?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm still not. I like tested it out and it was working, so then I moved on to this fucking thing. Trying to get this set up because if I can get this set up, man, and have like my mining shit on this, I'll be so pleased.
That one's actually super simple.
Good, that's what I need.
The only thing that you'll need to do is you'll need to invert the axis though, because basically fully back is like 100% and fully forward will be 0, I think.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Well, I take that back. That might have been mine because I had bought the wrong one. But either way, just
But it's
double
something
just
I'll
double
have to
check the
double check.
axis. Just
Yeah.
double check the axis when you go to use it.
Okay. Alright. Now, where's the video about switching out this stupid... There we go.
What video are you talking about?
Switching... the bot... Just trying to like plug it up. So it's got like a bus link.
Yeah,
Okay.
you just take the board out that's in there and you put the other one in. It's about as simple as it gets.
Well, okay. Which fucking... Is it in here then?
It should be in like a little Ziploc baggy kind of thing. It's nothing super fancy.
Yeah, it looks like it's in like a silver one I can't see through. I'm hoping it's in there. Yeah, okay. Okay. So I unscrew this other one. 2 screws in it. Seems simple enough.
And the other one, you should see where the pins stick up and it goes on top of it, or it just goes in the slot where the other one board was in there.
Okay. There's the 2 other. Alright, so that bottom thing is switched out, so then theoretically that's it, I think. I can
Yeah,
just
you,
plug
you just
in.
just plug it in, and it should pick up the access and buttons, all that.
I guess we'll button up the bottom and hope that it works.
Ain't no hope, man. It just does.
It just does. Plug this in. Okay. I'll have to rearrange all these fucking cords tomorrow, but let's just plug stuff in and see if it works.
You don't have a lot of faith in yourself, man. Come on.
It's not just myself, it's also like the software and the hardware and okay, there's a do button or sound. Now do I need to calibrate this thing, you think, or no?
I don't think I calibrated it, but it probably wouldn't hurt because it is like an Axis. I would just plug it in and see if it works. I mean,
Yeah, alright, let's launch game, see what happens.
I mean, I can't remember. You'll be the best miner in the verse once since you got that now.
There we go, baby. That and the vulture soon enough.
Yeah, I couldn't believe they're adding repair to the Vulture. It just blows my mind.
Like in a good way or a bad way?
Well, I didn't think they were gonna. They weren't. It wasn't supposed to have repair at all. It was supposed to be just salvage. Having the ability to repair teammate ships potentially would be super strong.
Yeah.
I mean, because you've got the is it the? It's not the Vulture. It's the Vulcan. I think it was supposed to have been repair and refuel. I think I had to go back and check. I can't remember.
Yeah, the Vulcan is the medium. God, I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah, I'm looking for all the utility type vehicles. Just the whole logistics with doing team plays is gonna be super good.
Keybinds. Vehicles mining.
Yeah, depending on how many buttons the one that you've got has, I mean, you could set up your like flight ready and some other things on there.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I had my like flight ready, open and close doors. I had quite a few different ones, gimbal mode and staggered for turrets. I had all that type of stuff on the.
That's cool. Yeah.
Depends how many
Chest and
buttons you've got.
cargo. That might be one. Cool. Well, at least it works keybinds. Good.
Man, I'm getting so many rocks I can't scan tonight.
Yeah, definitely gonna take some getting used to. I just did like a bounty, like a VHRT.
It felt supernatural. Just
It did. I mean, it does. The thing I find myself doing often is being lazy and like resting my hand, so I start pulling to the left because it is sloped down, right? You know.
yeah.
But it does feel really natural.
So imagine if you had two of them, you could have one on your right and one on your left.
I don't know. I don't know how the right would be.
A lot weirder than the left, I can tell you that.
Yeah. I definitely feel like way better doing more um like movement that requires a more delicate touch, right? Like I can tell I'm having a much easier time doing that.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. The more you use, the easier it gets. Like when I first went to sticks, I didn't think I was ever going to be able to have the finite control to do really tight landings.
Yeah.
And now it's kind of the, I won't say it's opposite, but it's way better than it used to be. But I mean, I still fly mouse and keyboard like all the time. I don't always use my sticks, especially when I'm like mining and stuff. Just kind of flying around casually. A lot of times
Never.
I'll just use mouse and keyboard sometimes. Just kind of what I'm in the mood for. Yeah, it'll be better once I get my my new mounts in, because I want to actually mount the sticks under the desk like I used to have them set up. I don't like the sticks that hang off the desk. It makes it awkward to use the keyboard and mouse.
Yeah. Well, mine are on top of my desk right now, which is the
Even
next,
worse.
yeah, the next thing that I will address is that.
Yeah. I'll let you know how these predator mounts are once they come in.
How much? How expensive? Like, what's the price range on this?
Uh, I I've got I got the mounts and four or two extra types of brackets. So four brackets for like a little under 300. I think if you just got the
Okay.
mounts, they were like 200 probably.
Okay.
They're in the States, so they're not nearly as bad as.
VKB and shit.
Well, it's not the VK. Well, not that too, but the Monster Tech are in Germany, so you're gonna pay 60 plus for
Ugh.
shipping. Not counting they're expensive as hell too. The nice thing about the Monster Tech, and the main reason I wanted theirs, is they have a lot of other accessories as far as like angle brackets and mouse pads, and there's a lot of other shit that they sell. Now Predator's got a few accessories like a keyboard type tray setup, but you just got to make sure you order the right plate for the type of sticks that you've got.
Yeah.
Uh, Fox mounts is another one that I was looking into, but they're always out of stock every time I look. Other day they actually had some in stock, and then I wound up looking like a week later, and they sold out of pretty much all of them. They're about the same price range as the Predator mounts for the most part.
Alright, let's do some shitty Pirate Swarm.
Is that going to give you the edge?
Wait, why am I missing a gun?
Apparently you didn't need that gun. I feel like I need to give up mining tonight because I can't find shit. I went to the belt, couldn't find.
All right, this is, we're getting there. It does feel so much better, like honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I really liked it once I kind of got the feel for it. Like, I'd have a hard time going back to a traditional left stick after having the Z bracket or Omni, depending on what style you're looking at. Same thing, basically. And I've determined that mining is not meant to be tonight. Is I
I just left.
What's that?
I just had an NPC scan me, tell me I was clear to go. I punched it in a reclaimer, and it rammed me, killing me. So I'm going to call it too.
I think I'm gonna do a little bit of cargo runs or something.
All right,
But
good luck.
either way, yeah, sounds about right.
All right, gents. Have a good night.
You too, man.
Yeah, I've spent the last hour looking for a single rock, and I couldn't. The highest rock I found was about a 20% 3,000 mass, which is complete garbage. I've been starting to do a lot more cargo runs than I used to do.
I like them, but they're just like scary.
Well, you got a lot of money on the line. I mean, you could potentially have several million or more on the line, and one
Yeah.
hiccup, I mean, you got between bugs and your ship blowing up randomly to people, shooting at you or whatever. I had one recently a little while back. I kept running across with a caterpillar where I would land, and normally only happened when I was landing empty at one of
Yeah.
the pads, and like I would get out of the ship, and as soon as I got out of the ship, the whole ship would explode, and I have no idea why. It did it on me. It did it to me like two or three times, but it never did it when I was taking off. It was only when I was landing. After by the time I could get out of the ship, the whole ship would blow up. And I'm not really sure what was the cause of it. Keep debating on picking me up a C2 again. I got a loaner right now. But,
I know the C2 is better, but I love the cat. It's just got
it's so cool,
so much
dude.
more
Character. I just love the way it looks. It's
Yeah.
super. But when I'm going for maximum profit, the more you can haul, the
Sure.
more money you make. So it's just kind of one of those things that. I mean, in some ways, it would be good if you could run in a group where like somebody could run multiple of your ships. So then you could be doing 2 or 3 runs at a time, as long as you got the money to to do it.
Yeah. Well, and so what do you normally, I do like Laranite and as much as I can get, which is never any, and then I do titanium.
Yeah, I've been starting to run diamonds a lot more because I can normally fill up my ship with diamonds, and they're worth a decent amount. They're nothing crazy, but you can consistently buy, really good quantities, and you can sell easily. Yeah, I just claim my C2, so I've got the C2 as a loaner right now, but I'm leaning to picking up a C2 officially eventually. Especially if they're only like 3 or 4 mil. That's not that bad, to be honest, for a big hauler like that.
God, it's crazy how fast they clear Pirate Swarm. Like, I'm starting wave 5, and I'm at 14 minutes, and it's like they would have already been on like wave 9 by now, like unit and.
Well, group play, that's different. Solo is a whole nother. Did you see
No,
that?
we're talking solo. We're talking solo.
Wait, wait a minute. They cleared it in 15 minutes.
No, but they'll get to like wave 9 in that time, and then they'll clear the whole thing in like 25, 27 minutes or something.
I doubt that. What was he flying?
I'm telling you, Arrow. Maybe it's not 25, but it was definitely around that, like give or
Okay,
take a
well,
minute.
he may have. I'm not saying he didn't. Gooch, have you seen Gooch's challenge with the arrow with that?
Yeah, yeah. When they
Thir
were,
the
that's why they
32,
were doing it. They were both
32.
like, yeah, they were both well under that.
That blows my mind. I guess I got to run it a bunch more.
Yeah,
I did the run. Shit, I did the run the other night, but I was running half distortion on mine, and I wound up clearing in about 45 minutes.
yeah. It took me 55 minutes the other night to do it, like with the hammerhead and all that shit. Like, and again, like I'm a competent pilot, not Gooch or like unit or recon level, but I'm confident, and I was like, God damn, man.
I
So yeah, I
just
just gotta do it
blows
more.
my mind. I mean, the biggest problem is the damn hammerhead. Honestly, the rest of it, and the other issue I have is the NPC not on the spawn, or they're like way scattered.
Yeah. Well,
It
that's
make,
what I don't understand is like how. I mean, I guess they're just hauling ass from one to the next, but it just seems like
I don't know, man. I mean, I was doing really good, I thought, and I was like on wave like 7 or 8 in the 30 around the 30-minute mark, and I was like, man, I'm making pretty good time. I'm like, I'm not gonna make it, but I got to like 8 by the 32-minute mark. I mean, I guess I need to fully change my weapon loadout to full just regular lasers and not any. I ran the distortion to help kill the hammerhead easier,
yeah.
but in some ways, I feel like you're better off just having full damage. Just
I've killed the hammerhead twice, and both times I did it by running him through the laser. The only way I've been able to kill him.
and I know supposed to be changing distortion. Is the rumor where they don't want you to be able to disable the ship, which
What? That's
I
the
don't.
whole point. That's the whole point. That's the whole
Well,
point. Like,
well,
especially for
apparently
piracy.
that is.
Especially for piracy, I don't believe that.
That's what they were talking about it in the stream that they don't want people to be able to be disabled like that.
Well,
They're
then how do you pirate and board someone's ship?
don't ask. Look, you're asking the wrong one. I don't know. I thought the same thing.
No, they're smoking something. That ain't right.
I look. I know what they're trying to do. They're wanting you to target components to disable ships,
Oh, okay.
and not
Okay.
use distortion to fully shut them down. I think what's going to
Fine.
happen.
Fine. That's totally
I
fine.
think what's going to happen, and this is my theory, is I think they're going to focus on either. I don't even think the weapons are going to be fully disabled. I think it's going to be that you're going to lose your MFDs and your targeting and stuff like that, but you're still going to have full function of your engines, your weapons. I think you just you may not be able to see your ammo count or your shields or your MFDs. I think that type of shit's going to be turning off more so than the full. If they're serious about not disabling the ship, but their whole plan is to not blow ships up anymore, and it's to actually cripple them where they can't fly, basically. I don't know. We'll see.
Once we get some bounty hunting too, where we can like get,
I
bring people
mean,
back alive.
I can't wait till they have the bondage rep come in the game. It's gonna be great.
Yeah. Oh my God, what is wrecking? I just died on what the fuck killed me.
I do not know, my man. Hangar 3. It's going to Walla, isn't it? Yeah, Walla, ArtCore 56. I kind of regret not picking up the whole series when they were on sale the other day, a couple weeks back.
Yeah, I'd be curious. I just really want to see one on the PTU.
That's kind of more of my complaint. Like I keep saying that the A is not worth the money, and I still agree with that. But I really would like to be testing it right now. I don't know why they don't just give everybody the whole A during the PTU so people can test it.
Yeah.
It just makes no sense to me to limit only the people that purchased it. You know, whenever they purchased it. You know. I know John's got one. I kind of wanted to take it out for a spin, but I'm sure once 17 fully launches, they'll probably have it up on the store for a limited time.
Yeah.
If not, I know they'll have it during November IE or whatever.
Yeah, if I did like an hour of Pirate Swarm every evening, that'd be fucking.
Yeah, I've been starting to do it a lot more often, but every time I get to the Merlins, I wind up getting
Dude, I
irritated.
fucking hate the Merlins so much. They're just so
Well,
goddamn annoying.
my point's more the fact that I'm trying to work on my lag pip, and when it comes to the Merlins, that shit pisses me the fuck off. Trying to use lag pip on them little squirrely ass bastards. Maybe I need to turn on my zoom in a little bit. Maybe I'll have easier time hitting people with the lag pip. I had turned off the zoom in function a long time ago, but it's almost tempted to turn it back on just to see if it makes any difference with helping with aim. I know it blocks some of your MFDs more. It's the main reason I turned it off originally.
Yeah, but I mean, like, maybe I'm just bad. I mean, I know I'm, but
Bad?
like,
You're not
what
bad,
do you,
man.
what do you need? What do you? That's what was killing me. A fucking Merlin earlier, dude. What are you looking at, MF? I mean, like, what do you, like, what do you get from MFDs? Honestly, like,
I mean, the main thing is like having your enemy's target level, like shield level, so you know how you're progressing, and your
yeah,
shield.
okay,
Those are like the main two. The rest of the shit, like I'm to the point now I don't need to see the power triangle at all. Like I used to
yeah,
like to see
yeah.
it, but I can hear the audible beep, and I can pretty much tell real easily if I happen to be in the wrong one for the most part. I mean, because I can see the ammo count when I go into weapons, you know, so I know I'm in weapons. I mean, because honestly, I'd hardly ever am in balanced power anymore. I'm most always,
Oh,
either weapons or shields.
I don't even have the reset button bound at this point.
I've got it bound, but I don't reset it to balance very often. It's just one of
There's
those
just
things.
like
I
never a
mean, my
scenario.
biggest problem is I feel like I've gotten to a roadblock where I'm not progressing beyond my current skill level. Like I can't beat Gooch at all. I can't beat Unit at all for the most
What
part.
you need to
And
do, I mean, like
recons.
honestly, if you wanted to, and it's what I need to do, and I just don't want to do it because, g- but I need to, is like you go on to Avenger One Discord and like fight those people and get them to give feedback as well, and like that will help tremendously.
Yeah.
And they're all super nice. Like Gooch keeps telling me, he's like, go over there. Like they're, and every time I've fought them, people have been like good fights, and they fucking stomp me. Like they're just being good sports about it, and so
Well, a lot of it is since I ordered my new stick, I haven't really been wanting to put a lot of time in getting better aiming with those sticks when I'm going to be
yeah,
switching sticks.
that's fair.
So I kind of taken a step back from fighting. I mean, I'm still fighting here or there, but I haven't been like really pushing myself to do fight after fight after fight and just kind of muscle my way through it. And I mean, I just wish Unit would learn to kind of not take it so seriously. I mean,
Yeah,
don't get me wrong. Like, you want to get good. Play. I'm not saying don't play like you want to get
sure,
better,
sure.
but don't get frustrated when you lose. Like we're beating the desk. I mean, you can hear him getting all
Yeah,
agitated,
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
like just I find that if you get agitated on anything like this, you're gonna play 100 times worse if you're
Oh, for
agitated.
sure.
I mean, if you're that frustrated, it's better to just say okay, I'm gonna take a 20-minute break and come back. That's just me. I don't, you got to learn to take it in stride, I guess is the best way I can put it.
Yeah, I mean, and I'd empathize. It'd be hard, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just let it slide, right?
I mean, I try to coach him or the best I can. Like, hey, man, just calm down. No big deal.
Yo,
I mean,
what's up?
he always complains about it,
What's
and he
up,
beats me
Chaos?
like every time. What's up, Chaos?
Shit.
I know why.
Dealing with a sick baby.
Uh, mm, that's unfortunate. Yeah, something's been going around. I wound up picking up something a while back this past week. I've been coughing, scratchy throat. It's just the normal.
Yeah, and his temperature like 101 right now.
101, man. Whatever. That's cool weather right now.
Oh God, slammed into a rock.
Yeah, I know I can't find any minables just because Chaos has been mining them all.
Nah, I ain't mind in a couple days.
No, I just spent like the last hour and a half looking. I could find a single rock on Lyria or in the belt that was more than like a 2%er that had a decent mass. So I decided to take a break from mining for tonight at least. I got one job I did last night that was almost 100%er. I need to go sell it probably tomorrow.
What's up, John?
Hey, what's happening?
Listen to the neighbor struggle with his new accessories.
Oh, that sounds fun. Like fun.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there.
Did we get a patch update? I guess we didn't.
No, I didn't have to download one at least. Nah, I was in it earlier in the or in the PTU, but it was just super buggy. Things didn't want to load in right, and just the same old.
I haven't done anything to it, so I'm just gonna wait.
Well, I was wanting to test out the mining gadget. I was able to get it on the rock, and I couldn't break the rock because I couldn't change the laser on my prospector because it was giving me read only. So.
I thought I'd just come in and do a couple of quick missions. So what'd you get, neighbors?
Well, I got the Gladiator NXTs like a couple weeks ago, and then I just got the Omni throttle like adapter for it.
Oh, okay.
So the little turny. bit, but it's really nice. I really like it. It feels way better already.
You got the throttle quadrant too.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted something. I really just didn't want to go back to using like mouse and keyboard for mining. I wanted to like stay using sticks. So figured why not, if I'm ordering from them again with the Omni throttle thing or whatever, then I might as well fucking get the other accessory.
That's not bad. At least you didn't spend like $1,000.
Well, the funny thing about them is they won't let you spend more than $800 if you're in the States at once.
Huh.
Well, it's because of the taxes. If it goes over a certain price tag, the tariffs go up by like 30% or some shit or whatever it is.
Okay.
It gives you a warning, like if it sees that you've got over a certain amount in your cart. Because at one time I was going to order like the throttle and then the mounts for them that they sold and some other stuff I was looking at, and it gave me that error, or I'll say error, but that warning that you're over the price range. Basically, they want you to break your order up into two. Basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
But their mounts are kind of like the ones I've got for Virpil, so I wouldn't want them anyway. They're
I
kind of.
ordered from them the 7th, last Thursday, and they're here today, which is insane to me.
Yeah, I ordered mine, over a week ago or so. It's taken me a lot longer to get mine in, but it is what it is. I just hope my mounts come in around the same time as my throttle, or but my stick.
Yeah. Just out of curiosity, did you do FedEx or DHL?
DHL, I think.
Okay, I did too.
I almost did FedEx, but it was a little bit more expensive. It was like another 15 or 20 bucks more.
For me, DHL was the more expensive option. That's who I ended up going with, the more expensive one.
The only other thing, like I had mentioned, is I might get foot pedals one day. But if I'm going to get them, I'm probably going to get the Virpil ones because they look a lot nicer than the VKBs.
Yeah.
Isn't there like a Logitech pedal for flight sims that's really cool and intricate or something? I can't remember what that thing is.
Not that I mean, I'm not saying that they don't make one, but I'm not aware of one. I just don't know if I would use the pedals. I don't think I would like it enough to spend the money on it. Is the main reason I never picked them up originally. Anyway, I got enough shit as it is. I don't need more crap. I've already got 2 sticks and a throttle, and I've changed sticks like 3 times in the last year.
Mad boy.
I'm actually debating even making a YouTube video and just kind of doing like a little like review kind of stuff, because you don't see enough shit out there that's critical on a lot of the different ones. I'm not one to do like reviews and stuff, but I kind of feel like it wouldn't hurt to put something out there.
Nope.
I mean, I've got
No,
nothing
no,
bad.
really.
I've got nothing bad to say about the Gladiators. They're really good sticks. Like
Yeah.
my only ones that I'm a little critical about are the Virpils for the price. They kind of hurt my hand. At least the right hand. The left one, it doesn't bother me, but. So how long are you going to be off your feet, John, after your surgery?
Oh, I imagine another 3-4 weeks. Probably go in and try to make myself useful here after a couple weeks here. Like answering phones.
Yeah,
Not all I'm gonna be good for.
it's never fun. Luckily, I've never had any major injuries at work or in general. So, at least nothing that required surgery. Normally, something I could just wrap it up and just suck it up until it kind of heals on its own.
Yeah, this isn't. This is like a full-on Gordon Hayward.
Yeah. Just be glad when I get done with this stupid ass cough. I'm about sick of it. Yeah, I was adding to my calendar for the town hall we got, this weekend or whatever it is, the 18th, whenever it is. So definitely want to kind of listen in on that.
Yep. Well, I tried some different combinations on the Buccaneer.
Yeah.
Like losing the size ones or something would give you a couple extra shots.
I've tested a lot of that, and I don't find it's
But
worth removing
it's
the
not-
guns.
It's not doesn't seem to be helping anything.
The best combo that I've ran across, me personally, and I've tested quite a bit of different weapon combinations, is to run the 2 size 2s on the top as your normal laser repeaters, your 2 size 3 Panthers, and the 2 size 1s I normally will run distortion repeaters, and mostly I run that so when if I have to fight like hammerheads, I can help disable the ship. The size 1s is all you really need to do a full disable on it. And that's the best combination. But like I was telling neighbors, I've heard they're supposed to be changing distortion where it's not supposed to disable the ship. So once that happens, that all might go out the window as far as distortion.
Well, what are they supposed to do now?
They're
or after
they're
that?
they're talking. At least the videos I've watched of other YouTubers, they were talking about it. And the rumor is they don't want the distortion to fully disable a ship. They're wanting it to help it. They're wanting it to,
Soften.
I guess, soften. I'm thinking it's going to disable MFDs more than actual flight mechanics. It may break target, like you may lose your target or something. I think it's just going to mess with the electronics. I mean, what I would love to see is if it could potentially scramble your controls. That would be freaking hilarious if you could like invert your sticks one way or another because of the distortion.
Or just lose.
I'm thinking it's gonna.
Connect to it.
I think
So
it's
kind
mostly
of
gonna
open
mess
up.
with the potentially the efficiency of coolers, and I think it's gonna mess with the weapons or the shields. But from what they're saying, they don't want it to fully like. I think the biggest problem right now is if you disable someone's ship, they are just sitting there watching themselves die, and nobody likes that. And it's one thing if some of the components aren't working like it should, like your guns aren't firing right or whatever, but nobody wants to be scuttled where they can't do anything. At least that's my take on it. Is they're trying to find a balance, and I don't think they like where it's at right now. I mean, anytime I fight someone with distortion, you pretty much are forced to run away once you take so much distortion damage, or you're gonna get shut down. But I'm not sure how. A lot of the pirates are going to be kind of agitated about it right now because that's their only way to shut down a ship right now is with distortion. But I think once you can sub-target properly and actually like shoot a cooler or something on like a fighter or an engine or something, then you could possibly disable it properly without a full destroy. But until they can get that subsystem damage where it actually can scuttle a ship just from component damage, then it's not going to be there yet.
Oh, you could go for a shield.
Yeah, but shield's not going to disable a ship. You can still fly with those shields.
That's true.
I mean, what you need to be able to damage is coolers, warp drives, engines. So, you know, because if the coolers are destroyed, then the ship's going to overheat and then it's going to shut down. That's what happens with the distortion. When you do distortion damage, a lot of times it disables the coolers, and once the coolers are disabled, then the whole ship's going to overheat basically, and the whole thing shuts down. That's what me and Gooch we kind of figured out, because when I was doing the tournament, I was running distortion loadout on my Buccaneer, and one of the fights I had, the same guy I fought him on the 2 rounds I fought him. Both times I hit him with enough distortion damage, he got about 3 or 4 clicks away from me, and his whole ship shut down on him. And there was probably a good 2 minutes after me doing damage before his ship fully shut down. Just from the delay of the cooler over basically getting disabled and the ship overheating, basically. So it's not like an immediate reaction, but it is a slow kind of dot. It's probably more closer to a hot or dot or whatever. I'm going back to my old MMO terms, but just a slow damage over time that slowly causes critical failures or at least disables it. That's the way it's working currently, at least. But we'll see how it all pans out in the shake. I like the idea of distortion, but I do think they are a bit more of a nuisance than anything, because nobody wants to fight you if you're running it, because it's just not fun to be scuttled.
Mm-hmm. Okay, there. Who's this other guy I cannot target?
Yeah, I was testing out the mining gadget, the hand gadgets that you can put on the rocks in the PTU earlier, but they're still a little wonky. They when you go to place it, that like hovers in the air. But it seemed like it was working once you get it tuned into the rock, though. Yeah, I'm thinking they may have a patch tomorrow, the next day is what I'm thinking.
There's another one. I hope so.
I noticed earlier when I was in the PTU, I was down on Lyria just kind of with my prospector, and I noticed that there's a lot more gem deposits on the surface than I've noticed in live.
If they played with, we can go back to rock mine.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. I remember reading that they said they were working on. There was an issue. I know there's been a bug with the rock gems not showing up properly.
Yep. I stopped.
Yeah, I haven't rock mined in about 2 or 3 patches, to be honest. But anyway, I was scanning around just looking for Quantanium. I was just kind of wanting to mess around with the hand gadget, but I found probably 3 or 4 gem deposits within like 5 minutes of getting close to the surface. But I did notice that the prospector's autometer was broke. Basically, it wasn't giving you accurate readings on what your height of where you are on the moon or whatever. It was just given like 118,000. Is like it never changed. I don't know. It might. I don't know if it was just like a one-time thing, or is the prospector just bugged as far as it.
Is it just a prospector? I've
I
had
don't.
problems
I,
with.
I don't. I don't know. I haven't tested a lot of ships because I haven't had. I've had a lot of. I can't even log in half the time to test a whole lot, so I haven't really.
I hope someday they give us relative out or relative altitude.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the problem is, you go by that, and then the mountains stick up 3,000 meters, and you rip.
You want them next to each other, though, just so you can, at a glance, take a look at.
Yeah. Well, the other thing, it'd be nice if we had some type of night vision or something that you could enable. Even if it was something that you had to buy on your own helmet, like a flight helmet, they would have special night optics that you could have.
Or you had to take off your other helmet to wear.
Yeah, there's just a lot of ease of use that they could do that really is needed. Because I mean, pinging's nice and all, but I don't. It's not really what it was intended
Well.
for.
Hell no, but it's working.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm going to use the shit out of that. No, I just spent like an hour and a half looking for Quantanium rocks, and I couldn't find anything anywhere that was worth a crap. So I'm just doing some hauling runs for a change. Did you get a chance to check the hull A any? See?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a video on a guy was doing a haul run earlier. It's pretty neat looking. I kind of
Well, what-
wish I'd picked one up a couple weeks back when they had it for sale.
Yeah, if you want to check it out, they were only $60.
Yeah, well,
It's just a starter ship. They'll probably have it for sale here coming up.
well, I'm sure when 17 launches, they're gonna have it for sale, almost guaranteed.
I'm gonna leave it around just because it's kind of cool and different, and maybe at some point it'll be.
I mean,
Kinda
I may keep it if I pick one up, because they're not that expensive.
Yeah, it's an LTI, so might as well just hang on. To it.
I've got a couple extra speeder bikes that I picked up a while back, so I can just use one of those whenever they add it back to the pledge store. I just wish it had a little bit more cargo. That's my biggest gripe with the A, is I think it should have been about double what it is.
Yeah, it's small, but it's really just to test one section of the.
Oh yeah, I get
Simple
that.
expansion.
I just feel like if it had a little more comparable cargo to like the Cuddy series, it would be in a lot better place.
Yeah.
I just felt like it should have had around 80 units instead of 40. That's my only biggest gripe with it.
It's slow as hell. It's
Well.
like the raft.
I mean, it's hauling. It's gonna have weight to it eventually. Whenever they had weight to things.
But it's got a little cooler that slides open and closed, and you can put your drinks and stuff in there, and stuff was staying in there.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a couple of the whole series. I just don't have the A.
Let's see here. Where am I going? Oop, it's way over there. Yeah, I was looking in their my account, and it's just like, where the hell did I get all these Rangers? I got like 5 of them.
I've got one Ranger, and it's one of my only ships I've got that isn't LTI. I think it's got 10 years, which is fine. It's not a big deal. I picked it up last year during Invictus, but
So I'm gonna have to fly a ways.
Yeah. Yeah, I was checking some of the prices on some of the ships they're adding in 17 that you can buy in game. I was surprised how cheap some of the ships are and some of the like the 400. I was surprised it was that expensive for the 400.
Well, they made a bunch of hype for that thing and did a power sale, and they must have made millions off of that.
It's just kind of odd that it's like 6 million for that ship.
How much is the
That shit
600?
ain't worth that.
Well, I mean, the problem I have is for the size of the ship, you would be better off getting the Connie because it's got more missiles and stuff compared to the 400 for the price. And it's got just as much. It's got way more cargo. It's got you can actually bring real vehicles, and you've got missiles, and it's about the same size, approximate size at least.
Yeah, but it's about the luxury and the refinement and class that
Well,
Origin
I don't have
brings.
any of that, so it doesn't matter to me. Don't get me wrong. I really do like the 400, and I probably won't get rid of the 400, but I don't think the price is where it should be for in-game purchase. That's just my 2 cents on it. I think it's a little over. If it was like
How much is the 600?
600's like 12 million. I don't remember.
Well,
I don't remember. I'd have to look
I
it up
mean-
honestly. Actually, you got me curious. I got Urkel pulled up. Hang on. You got me curious. Now, I don't remember.
That'll be a good purchase once they gold standard it.
9.5 for the regular 600. They've got both variants on Urkel.
Okay, alright. So I'll agree that maybe the 400's a little expensive.
Should be like 4 or 5.
I
Yeah.
don't even see the expiration. I see the tour. I guess a regular 600 is the expiration. Yeah, it's got to be. Yeah, it's 9.5 million for the 600, and it's 6 million for the, or just a little under 6 million for the 400. Shit, you'd be better off getting the 600. It holds, it's got more room and shit, especially once they get the rework done with it. I'm looking forward to that one. Yeah, somebody was saying the A2 is only like 5 or 6 mil for it. That's what I heard. I haven't confirmed that though. I figured that thing would have been in like 8 mil at least.
The Redeemer is
I'm
8
saving
mil.
up for that.
What's that, Chaos?
I said I'm saving up for the A2.
I
Yeah,
kind
but
I kind of want to get an A2 to be honest, because after doing Jumptown and how useful the bomb, a strategic bomb is, it's damn well worth picking up. Especially if it's only like 5-6 mil. That's cheap to be honest for such a big ship that can do cargo. Even with the cargo, it still has a lot of room for cargo and vehicles. So. I don't know. I feel like the prices are probably going to get tweaked before it goes live.
all the more reason to get on there and grind more money just in case.
When you picking up your 890 Chaos?
I have no purpose in getting that ship.
Just to show off, man. That's the only purpose you need.
No, I'm not the number one stunner. I'm quiet. I'm not flashy. About flashy as I get is having everybody come to my little chest room on my MSR.
Yeah, that's the best room in the house.
I really wish there was a better way where you could actually play chess with someone. It'd be great.
Those guys were trying to do it the
It's
other night. They
that's
ended up like
it's,
stealing my chess pieces or something. That's hilarious.
well, it's to be honest, the pieces don't have very good distinction between like the queen and the king and stuff. It's hard to really tell which one is which on their board. At least when I last time I looked at it. I used to play chess all the time when I was younger.
Right, more hostiles. Come and get it, boys.
Did you
Already singed my wings.
did you check any of the weapon that you can buy in the stores, John, since 17 launched in the pizza?
No, I haven't got that far.
I was
I
somebody I
bought,
was
bought a drive
I was
or two.
watching
That's about it.
I was watching one of the guys and they were talking about it, and from what he if what he said is true, and I haven't double checked any of it, but all the heavy weapons, heavy machine guns, sniper rifles, rail guns, grenade launcher, all that shit's only attainable by loot now.
Yeah.
And the only thing you can buy in the shops is assault rifles and subs and shotguns and
I
pistols.
don't know. That's pretty crazy. So it sounds like we're gonna have to go out and
Well, they're wanting you to
some
loot.
sniper rifles, sniper rifles.
Yeah. I was just curious if anybody had confirmed.
Yeah, got that far. I did
Yeah.
notice that you could get to almost the speed of light with the VK00 with the Hull A because of its giant tank. It can run a VK00 all over stand.
That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, the sniper rifle thing I kind of disagree with in the heavy, but I'm all for like limiting the grenade launchers and stuff like that. I know why they're wanting to limit the sniper rifles because they're trying to restrict people that can just go and jump down and just snipe easily unless they have pre-stocked their loot and stuff prior to the event. It'll limit people from wanting to hide in the mountains with sniper rifles. Yeah, I'm hoping.
Sequel.
Yeah, I'm hoping to do some pretty good bit of testing Friday because I'm off Friday. I'm hoping they'll have a patch out before then, so I can do some proper testing.
Yep. Yeah, I'm kind of waiting for this next patch. I think it'll be probably the first halfway polished one.
I mean, if they can just fix some of the just kind of obvious, just broken stuff. I got a feeling it may launch within the next 2 weeks, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I know they're wanting to get it out before Invictus for sure, and possibly have a 0.1 launch right during Invictus. Is what I'm suspecting. Probably have the Scorpius come out either right before Invictus or during Invictus, give or take. Because I'm probably going to miss most of Invictus, more than likely.
I think the Invictus is dropping the end of May, the last week in May.
Is it? If it is, I might be able to catch it. But if it's in the middle of May, then I'm definitely going to miss it for sure. No, I'm going out of town in May for 2 weeks, so I won't be. I'll probably check it on Discord, but that's about the extent of what I'll be able to
You ain't
do.
got no gaming laptop?
I ain't bringing no damn gaming laptop. I'm going out of town. I'm doing other shit. No, my laptop couldn't run this game. I tried running on this game before, and it wouldn't load shit.
Yeah, it's like my old desktop i5 when I first tried this game. I was like, fuck. I got out of bed and that was about it.
I mean, I was almost tempted to get another computer built, like Gooch did, and have it set up so I could dual box for mining and stuff. But I'm not. It's not worth spending all that money just to do that. I just rather get someone in another seat. It's not worth spending another $2 or $3 grand on another setup or more.
Shit. Unless you got it laying around.
Yeah, I mean, it's just not worth it for me at least. Yeah, one of the new guys, he dual boxes all the time on his mole.
The missiles are kind of weird sometimes. Been back around.
I was watching a video earlier, and somebody was talking about where they were removing one of the missile types or something. I'm not really sure about it. I'd have to double check it. I don't even remember what video I was watching, but they were talking about one missile type or something about missiles were getting removed. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I can't remember what I watched, but it was kind of like everything on 317. There's quite a bit of stuff.
Yeah.
You wait to see Quanta.
Well, just having all the constant beacon missions, I think, will be a good change of pace for doing just regular bounty missions. Even though you don't really get the extra rep because it's not really tied to any of the normal bounty factions. But
Yeah,
I
we
was
haven't really tried to set up a group just to go out and do that just as they
well,
come in.
well, when PTU went in wave one, like the first day, I went out there and did one beacon mission, and I killed all the NPCs, and the mission never completed. So I haven't tested it since then. But I mean, they're worth between like 12 and 20K, depending on what variant you do.
But they
And
go up from there.
20 was the highest I saw. But the nice thing about the beacons, as of right now, and it may change later, is every one of those are going to be in space. I don't think any of them are in atmosphere. So if you're wanting to kind of stick into 0G combat, and most of the targets are just, maybe a Connie, and, it's nothing super difficult to fight. Connie can be hard, depending on your skill level, but it's not a hammerhead kind of thing.
Oh, Sundog in this game.
I got to really start doing these cargo runs more often. They're kind of relaxing for a change of pace.
I'm always just so nervous I'm gonna get like pirated.
I don't care. If I lose my money, no big deal. Like I
I'll
just
just run my ship straight into the pirates.
I mean,
it's all yours.
I can't wait till someone says they want to board my ship because I'm going to shoot them right in the face. I don't even care if I kill only one of them. I will open the door. I have no problem. I mean, I always have a gun on me. I never do any of the shit without being kitted out. I've been chasing real players too much lately with Gooch, and I've gotten to where I got caught where I didn't have gear on me, and I'm just not doing it anymore.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, it's just I can't tell how many times I've had to go in the bunkers. I got so mad the other night though when I was chasing a guy in a bunker, and he had a couple buddies down there, and I had this guy dead, like straight dead.
Oh, I remember.
Dude, I was so mad. My gun fucking didn't put bullets in my gun like 5 reloads in a row, and I died because of it because I couldn't reload my gun. I was so mad. I mean, that's one of my biggest gripes on FPS is the not reloading the gun. It's been like a constant problem. Like I can deal with a lot of stupid shit, but when I can't reload my gun, it's
Yeah.
just it's like
Pretty
there's
big.
nothing I can do.
Yeah.
I've almost gotten to the point where I'm going to start running 2 guns, so if one goes all stupid on me, I can at least switch to a secondary gun. Maybe it'll work. I mean, I'm pretty good at FPS, and that type of shit just gets under my skin. You say you're trying to get a Buccaneer, Chaos?
Yeah, I was gonna get an A2, a Buccaneer, and a Sentinel, and the Talon Strike.
Yeah, I've been debating on picking up a Strike. I keep debating on picking up a Sentinel because they're so meta right now, but I'm not a big fan of running meta ships. I prefer to run the eyeballs.
Yeah, me too, man. That's why I don't like the Arrow, man. It's just everybody uses it, and I try to stay away from my Gladius.
I tried. I used to not like the Arrow like at all. I couldn't stand the Arrow, and I recently started flying it, and I've gotten to where I really like flying it. It's just a lot of fun to fly. It's super squishy, but it's just one of those things. I mean, I just can't wait till they get medium fighters in a better place because as soon as they get medium fighters in a better place, I'll be freaking Buccaneer all over again. I still have fun flying that ship, even if it's not the best. Remind me next time you get on Chaos, I'll pull out my Glaive and I'll let you fly it if you want to check it out.
Oh, okay.
I know you like some of those alien ships.
All right, one more bounty. That was pretty fun.
I've gotten to where I don't do bounty missions as much as I used to. I prefer to do the single targets instead of the groups nowadays. I find them a lot faster to do, even though they don't pay as much.
Yeah, just grind out like the VHRTs.
Yeah, I don't even do ERTs that much, to be honest. I just do VHRT single targets in
Yeah,
most
same.
cases. I can do them faster.
I'm gonna log on now, see if I can find a damn spot.
Well, if they'll fix the tracking on the bounty missions where I can pick up all the bounty missions at once again, then I'll do that. But until they fix the tracking, it's almost impossible to do that. I was surprised they took the time limit off, where there's no time limit anymore.
Shit.
Uh-oh, you guys are in trouble now.
See, all that training's going to pay off, neighbors. You're ready. You're prepped, right?
He come to claim his soul.
Time.
Goose don't have a chance now. Neighbor got new equipment.
Oh, did this thing come?
Yeah.
Nice. What do you think?
It is super comfortable. And it's like fairly intuitive. I have to get used to it a little bit. I was playing Pirate Storm earlier, but I think it is gonna be a good solution. Like it feels much better grip wise.
Well, that's good.
The down to up strafe feels a little more intuitive.
It just feels more natural when it comes to strafing up and down, I find, with the twist down or up versus a twist left or right.
Yeah.
It's also what you get used to, too, so.
Sure.
Yeah, because I could actually see running lighter springs on that left stick as well, as long as the tension is good enough to keep it centered. I don't know what springs you've got in that left stick.
20s in both.
Yeah, the 20s are pretty light, to be honest, so I mean, I would probably just keep it where it's at.
Yeah. They feel pretty good. Where are you fighting, Gooch?
I'm trying to park my arrow inside of Trolling Thunder's Retaliator Torpedo Bay. Are you in this lobby with me?
No. Are you
Rolling Thunder.
in PTU or?
Yeah, I'm in PTU. I'm in some crazy shit show of a lobby.
Is there any other type?
Well, most time they're pretty good, but this is just like,
Free for all, basically.
yeah, just people like doing crazy random shit. What are we doing here? TTB hot dogging. Jesus. It's a whole bunch of people joining ramming department.
Alright, last bounty of the evening. Oh, I'm blacking out. Oh, uh-oh. Okay.
You forgot to say hold my beer, John, before you did all that.
Okay, that helped a little.
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete. Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete. Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete.
Soul. Yes.
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete.
Boom. Oh, he tried to ram me. He did ram me.
Hydrogen fuel 75%.
Be right back, neighbors. Alright, alright, alright. Dude, that guy just tried to ram me and it's 400 and it was incredibly close.
They got two M50s here. I've shot all their wings off.
Should be easy pickings then.
Just plucking the
Quantum travel complete.
Neighbors, what's your speed limiter at? Are you at SCM?
Let's find out in 3 seconds.
I'm
I prob-
landing like, if you were, it's just a default, then you're at
I
SCM.
probably am. Yeah.
But yeah, like, I'm landing hits on you, like,
Yeah, I am SCM.
yeah, you've got to be,
Okay.
take your limiter
alright.
off completely. Just fly without it. Fuck the consequences.
Oh my god.
The pep talk of the century right there, neighbors.
Fuck it, dude. Just fucking
Take your speed limiter off.
live life on the
All
edge.
power to guns. Get in there. Get some. Time is now.
Don't worry. Once my other stick comes in, I'm gonna get pretty heavy on it again.
Oh, cheer that, neighbors. Spot's coming.
The great thing about this is just like it's my hand's not hurting, so
It should
Play
never
for longer.
play.
No more sleep.
we can just sit there for hours now.
Just go and go and go and go and go.
Dude,
Man.
I need to just do like an hour of Pyro-Storm every night.
Maxifer wants this. It's like training for the big time. The guy's literally like Rocky. Just see him down here doing his little S-curve training. He's so ready. No, you don't need a band-aid or an ice pack.
Oh, Maxifer, you wanna
Yep.
fight again? Old buddy, old pal, guy, man, friend. He's a real fucker though when it comes to passes. We're about to run into each other.
Okay. That should be better. Go ahead. You could run down and get an ice cube out of the refrigerator and you could use that. Come right back up. Just push the ice cube dispenser and get one out. Expert's been putting that time in. He's also fairly toxic. It's funny to watch his streams. He gets more toxic.
Not a good combination, that's for sure. That's what I was telling neighbors earlier. I've been trying to talk to Unit so he don't get so agitated when he gets on those losing streaks.
It's because it's ice.
It's cold.
Alright. That's good enough. Go put the rest of the cube in the sink.
Making your boy suffer, Gooch, huh?
Oh, he bunked his head against the wall and wants an ice cube. He's just screaming on his Discord or on his Twitch as I kill him. Oh, he rammed me.
Just don't see the point of doing that in Arena Commander. Or in general, I should say.
He literally just screamed at the top of his lungs. He's like, "What?" And then when we smashed into me, he's like, "See, ramming department." Where you at, Max? Where you're too much fun. He gets just super twisted about it. Like,
I mean, when you fight that tight, you're gonna hit each other eventually.
yeah, it happens in here.
I mean, it's just part of it.
Come on, Max. Screaming at the top of his lungs.
You just like poking the bear, Gooch.
Alright. Got a black that I can't target. I'm gonna go for it. Oh man.
Now arriving. Trash goes in there. Your health keeps on.
All right, man. I'm gonna tap.
Okay.
We'll see, buddy. Oh, this is hard.
He's laughing. He's just freaking out on his stream.
Your name will be forever known in infamy.
Just go click back and like look at his VOD a little bit, like the fight, and just listen to it just freaking out.
Yeah.
He's not even a bad pilot. Like he almost killed me. He's actually like his game's super leveling up. He's not afraid to like get in a fight with people, you know, if they win.
That was weird. Try to jump out of there so oh man, I gotta go all the way back there. That's a long hustle.
Damn it, Max.
I'll have to look at his when I'm not streaming. He's got music at a freaking copyright my shit. I know.
He actually screams at himself most of the time. Just
If you can't laugh at yourself or scream at yourself, you haven't lived.
Gotta be good.
Waiting passengers should be mindful of the platform's edge. Strong winds can arise suddenly.
He's flip.
See flipping out.
Yeah, he's freaking out. He's hilarious. Like the guy, he just has like these like super like he starts screaming at me and then at himself and like he's a good pilot. He's getting like way better every day. He's only had his sticks for about the same time that I have, and he had a pretty big change that not too long ago that kind of had him reset progress for himself, and I think he's just been struggling with that ever since.
Alright, I'm flying back in this area. Hopefully I can target this guy. I don't know if I can take out a Cuddy with a beat up Gladius.
As long as you got all three of your guns, you probably can. As long as you.
Well, I can't target him.
Well, I'm assuming you could target.
If I can target him, I'll get him. That won't be a problem.
I mean, if you get close enough, you should be able to just eyeball it with a Cuddy. It's a big enough target. You can kind of get away with it.
Yeah, but if you give it a chance, the thing will chew you up too.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying it's not. I am kind of curious. I was watching a video they were talking about where they were buffing the defense of the Cuddy a little bit. So I'm kind of curious how that's going to
Really?
go.
Yeah, you can get a steal in game.
Yeah, I saw they added. I think it's a little under 2 mil. I think for it.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
I mean, it's
Just can't
got.
believe how quickly it went to in game. Pretty good variety in game now.
I mean, I actually kind of like having the tail turret. To be honest, on that variant, it's kind of nice having that extra
Yeah, it's
gun.
I actually liked it because it's kind of like covered all quadrants of the tail instead of like the bottom or the top half or
I
something.
mean, the one thing that they did well with that, and I think they should really add it on a lot of other ships, is having a gun on the actual ramp that someone can get on. So if someone was trying to push onto the vehicle, be nice if they
Yeah.
had something kind of like that on like the Valkyrie. It's not something that you would use very often, but it's kind of a nice little touch more than anything.
So much easier with a target. Oh, I guess I'm missing a
Missing a couple what?
couple of my. Oh, I got him. Doesn't matter now. Objective complete. One wing and all. Oh, I better get this.
Screaming things at himself. He's like, power management, Max. Trigger discipline, bruh. Just again.
I mean, you gotta be
Cracks me up.
you gotta be critical of yourself. So yeah, I mean, just most people aren't super like verbal out loud chewing themselves out.
Are you watching his stream?
No, I'm just listening to your.
Man.
I've got my stream pulled up and he's got music playing, so I don't want to pull it up unless I stop mine.
He's just losing his mind. He's losing his mind at himself. He's actually a nice guy. I've hung out with him on his Discord, and he's like, it's just his.
This is his personality.
It's just yeah. He's like super like self-deprecating, toxic. Like I mean, if we keep fighting, like I'm not winning these by like so much that it's crazy or anything. You know, we keep fighting, he's gonna get a win.
Landing gear up.
You said he changed his sticks around. What did he change that set him back?
I
so
can't remember what he said it was. Like,
I was
so the
just
first
curious.
time I ever came across this guy was one night at Jumptown. I killed him and his entire like little crew of dudes, and put him and Klesher and stuff on his stream. And
Yeah, I remember you talking about that particular incident. I didn't know it was him, but I remember you talking about it.
he's gonna get me here, I think. If he doesn't win this one, oh, I got him!
He's freaking implodes on himself.
He got so much. Yeah, he had me. Like he. Yeah, he had me dead to rights. There's no excuse for him having lost that.
Oh,
But he's like raging on himself over it.
Quantum travel complete.
oh no. What's he flying? An arrow?
He's in his Gladius.
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete. Quantum travel engaged.
Oh, I just wrecked him right there. Holy shit. I just wrecked him on that one.
Complete.
I got under him and just lit him up. Don't rage quit, Max. It's okay.
Quantum travel engaged.
That's a tough little ship. Gladius.
Quantum travel complete.
I Mine has missing parts, but yet there's parts way out there attached to nothing. Oh, hey, there's a rifle floating around in space. Now I gotta jump off. We'll catch you guys later.
All right,
See you,
John.
John.
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete. Landing gear up. Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete. Contact.
What the hell?
Systems off. Crusader Industries adjourned. Attack on shields. Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete. Contact.
Seriously? What the hell's jamming me?
Target destroyed. Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel
Hey, Buck. will catch you guys later.
Hey, neighbors. Alright, that's enough of your stream, Max. Fun as it always is.
Can't handle the raging.
He's an alright guy. I think it's just partially what he does on his stream, you know?
Oh yeah, I mean, just
People always got their thing.
Yeah, I've been muted.
yeah. I was wondering why you were so quiet, joining. Said nothing. Where do you buy food and drink at ArtCorp? Because I don't think I've ever bought any food or drink at ArtCorp before.
It's like food vendors all down in the food court area.
Yeah, but none of them sell anything you can buy. At least the ones I've been by.
The new coffee vendor is right where the ship elevators are. You can buy food and at least drink from them.
I mean, this one's got Get Up Coffee and Mr. Something, and I can't buy it. Yeah, I don't think I've ever bought any food or drink in ArtCorp before.
I always buy it at that coffee vendor. They used to have fruit there.
There's drinks in here, but I can't open the thing.
I think in at Cubby Blast you might be able to get MREs, but I don't
Yeah,
remember.
I was one. I'll go check real quick. I mean, I need to figure it out because when they add the food and drink ramp up, you're definitely going to need to know. Oh, there's a hot dog stand over here. Do you have the goods? No. You disappoint me. I think I remember seeing some of the clothing store, if I remember right. Yes, they have Gatorades here.
One of the questions I asked you while I was muted, Cbod, is if you ever went back and tested the mining gadgets lately.
I did earlier. What little I was able to test because my prospector was bugged, so I couldn't change the laser, but I was able to attach the gadget, but it was floating about 8 feet away from it. But I was able to synchronize it to the rock and activate it. I don't know how well it worked per se, but I was able to fiddle with the different toggle bars until you can basically sync up with the rock, basically. And I'd like to actually put like a lancet on it with like a proper loadout. With the one I wanted to test was like to reduce the resistance of the rock by 75% and stick with the normal like surge and the normal loadout stampede and optimum
Right.
with the lancet because it already has the resistance or the instability buff or whatever. So I'm thinking if you could put the resistance on the rock, it might be a little bit easier to break some of those 6,000-ish mass rocks without as much difficulty, or at least that first break, which is always the hardest one. I need to do some more testing, but I've had so many problems just trying to, like, I claimed my prospector and I could only have it in the README form. So it's just, so I couldn't change the laser head on it earlier. So it's just one of those things. I'm thinking that they're probably going to have a patch come out in the next day or two is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And I'm off Friday, so I'm hoping I can do a little bit more extensive testing, potentially Friday. Or at least that's my hope.
Yeah, I'm booked guests in town Thursday through Sunday, so
Oh, it's all good. bought some food and I don't know where it went.
In your belly.
Yeah, they sell drink at the clothing store, and they sell the the bars in the weapon shop. They also have got Gatorade and water in the weapon shop as well. So, no, I've been doing a bunch of cargo runs tonight. I had horrible luck. Where did my helmet go? Did I lose my helmet?
In the PTU?
No, in the PU. I kind of gave up on the PTU earlier. Where did my helmet go? Yeah, I just been doing some regular cargo runs. Nothing fancy. I've actually been getting pretty good runs on the Lair Night. I mean, I was able to pick up about 600k worth of Lair Night earlier, which is probably the most I've ever been able to buy in one go in quite a while.
I wonder if that's because there's a lot of people in the PTU.
It could be. Normally I can only get about 50k worth of Lair Night, which is like 20-ish SU or something.
Yeah.
Which is the kind of the average that I can normally pick up, but I've been able to get I've done probably 6 runs, and the last 2 were probably the best ones I've ever had. As far as I bought about 600k worth, and I bought about 300k worth on the second run.
Oh.
I've just been running from Walla to ArcCorp, so a little short run at a Arc 45 or whatever, or Mining Post 45 or whatever it is. Because I can get I like that spot because I can get Laranite, Titanium, and Diamonds there. So all 3 of those are somewhat decent between the 3 of them.
Yeah, you can top off with one of those.
Yeah, that's what I like is something. Diamonds you can normally fill up on or get pretty close. I've just been running the C2. I was asking John about the whole A little bit. I was watching a video on a guy using it earlier. It looks pretty neat.
Yeah, it looks like it'd be fun. I don't feel the need to own one, but
I just wish they had
it'd
it
be
where
fun
we.
to see NPCs driving them around someday.
Yeah, I was actually hoping that they would have had the whole A for everybody to test out in the PTU, so we can kind of do some proper testing for people that don't have one.
I assume they're pretty confident about it, otherwise they would.
I mean, I just think that's the way they normally do it. Is they kind of have it restricted to the ones that have actually pre-purchased it beforehand.
Yeah.
I guess a somewhat perk of owning it early or earlier. I was just a little surprised on the prices of some of the new ships that are going to be going into the where you can buy with UEC or whatever. I was surprised how expensive the Origin 400i is.
Yeah, is it above the Redeemer or below the Redeemer?
It's above it. It's like 600. It's a little under 6 mil. I said 600. It's a little under 6 mil, I believe, is what the price was. I think it's like 5 million and some change.
Yeah, I think for that price we should get a
Well,
ground vehicle with it.
this is my argument. You're better off spending that much money if you want something that size. You're better off going with a Connie because it's a little bit a better utility than the 400. It's cheaper. It's got bigger cargo space, and it's got better weapon armaments. I mean, for the price, I don't.
Luxury is, you gotta.
Okay, well,
Luxury is luxury, right? Like, Yeah, you're
I
paying
get,
for.
I guess, but I just feel like it's a little overpriced for what it is. That's my only. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like the ship, and the elevator is still broke on it, but because I checked it earlier in the PTU.
Yep.
Um, yeah, I get that. I get it's luxury, but I still think it's a little overpriced for what it is.
Think of it like a BMW, and it has some of the utility of a pickup truck. So imagine a BMW pickup truck. I can't imagine it.
Maybe so. I mean, I'm not gonna get rid of my 400, but I think in game price is just a little on the high side. That's about all. If it was like 3.5, 4 mil, I could kind of say, all right, yeah, that's fine. But almost 6 is a little on the high side. Yeah, I think I'm gonna save up. Whenever 17 launches, I think I'm gonna try to pick me up an A2 is what I'm thinking about.
Is there another kind of bomb you can drop out of that thing?
What's the current in-game year? Is it 2959?
I think so, but I'm not 100%. I don't really keep up with the in-game lore year as much as I should, I guess.
Yeah, I don't remember. I'm looking at my display. Let me see, 2022 and 2963 up there, but it's neither of those. Where does it show up?
I think it's on the website, maybe, but
The journal? No, it doesn't show up there.
Landing gear up.
yeah, I got pretty panicky a minute ago, Buck. I was doing my Holland run, and I went to QT to Art Corp, and my whole ship started like doing this crazy ass like doing 360 spins and shit. It was like stuck in some weird ass QT loop, and I just spent like $1.5 million to fill up the C2 or so. And I was like, what the hell is going on? So then and then there was an enemy AI there on top of that, and then I had to kill my engine, like kill the whole power of the ship, reset it right before I almost blacked out. And so then I'm getting QT jammed, and then I was like, what? It's like what the hell is going on? Anyway, I was able to kill the AI, and it was all good. After I power cycled, it fixed the QT bug or whatever the hell that was. But
I've
yeah.
had that happen before.
yeah, I have
Right.
too. But I was a little more agitated because I had $1.5 million in the ship. My luck, it would have spit me out, or I couldn't. Especially having to power down the ship with no shields up. With an AI, even a shitty AI can still do a lot of damage if you got no shields up. Yeah, I may post it. I was actually streaming. I started streaming tonight again. I hadn't been doing it for a couple weeks.
Travel engaged. Quantum travel complete.
Trying to get in the habit of doing it again.
I don't know what's up, but I feel like my inputs are just completely deadened in here. Feels like even the people I'm fighting, like, I don't know. It's really weird.
Someone in the PTU, that guy I was fighting this morning or whenever it was saying something about the input curves being reset.
Yeah, but I don't think most people really mess with the input curve, other than the what's that one that we played with, Gooch? I forget what it was, where you changed that range. It was like 1 to 22 or something. I forget.
There's something really weird going on in this like Dying Star. Like I
Yeah, I
don't know,
did.
like all of my input curves or like all of my ship inputs are just kind of jank. Like they're just sluggish and delayed.
Did have you heard anything about them removing a certain missile type from the game right now?
Yeah, they put energy damage missiles into the game, and then they took them out.
Okay. I don't know. I was watching a video earlier. Somebody was talking about a certain type of missile, but I wasn't even sure what missile they were talking about. They weren't very clear on what type it was. What did they just add them during 17 and they just took them out?
Yeah, they hadn't even been in the game for like 10 minutes. Like they were just they redid a bunch of damage of weapon or missile and torpedo damage weapon types.
Yeah. Curious if they fixed the cross section missiles, because I know they've been broken for a while. Haven't got around to checking any of that yet.
Well, I do know when I fire missiles at a NPC or they fire them at me, that somehow they track as well as the NPC ships do. They're like zigzagging all over the place. You can't tell if they're
Wow.
hitting anything or not.
Well, I know with the not electromagnetic, with the cross section, there's been a bug where you don't get the full lock on. You only get like a half lock on, where you just get the red circle basically, and you won't get that full first tier lock or whatever. Anyway, there was a bug with the cross sections where they wouldn't fully lock. And I know in 16 that's the way they are, but I don't know if it's been addressed in 17 or not. Guess I need to buy some cross section, do some testing, see if maybe it's working. I do need to change this gun out on this C2 if I'm going to start using the ship a lot, because I don't need these cannons.
All right, the refinery terminal is not working here.
What's your refinery terminal?
I think I'm at Crew L1.
Like none of the refinery terminals working, or just certain parts of it?
The one I used to buy things, I think, were 30K.
Yeah, I know that the Arc L1 one they've got, that one seemed to be working for the most part when I was in it earlier, because I bought the hand gadgets. Now, I did have it where I pulled it out in the shop, and then I hit. Anyway, I dropped it and it fell to the floor and I lost it. So
Okay.
don't try to hold it in your hand when you're in the thing. So, because I couldn't pick it up and then it fell to the floor. So
Yeah, I 30K'd. That was the problem. Hey, Peter.
Buck.
Buck is my name.
See Gucci's getting those reps in.
Somebody's got to do it. He was causing some streamer to almost lose his mind earlier, but you know,
They have no idea the dedication that Gooch has.
oh, some are just built different.
I was doing some PvE in the PTU and I had no problems hitting the NPCs at distance.
Were they not skipping all over the damn place for you?
No, that's smooth. Those were taking them out.
What?
I was fighting a Aurora the other day and it took like 5 minutes to kill an Aurora 'cause the damn thing just fucking flying everywhere.
I did have it where the ship blew up and the NPC like dead body was in the air, and when I killed him, I find like after he was already dead, like after I like ran into it, like I was firing lasers at the body and they're just bouncing off of it, and then when I ran into it, it like puffed away, and then I got credit for it. It
Was
really
that
weird.
a F7A?
It was not.
Okay. Because I noticed in those new combat missions that pop up every 2 seconds.
The beacon or whatever.
The beacons. Yeah, some of those are hard to finish, and the body pops out of the ship.
Might have
You
been
have
what
to start-
happened. That might have been what happened to me a while back when I did when the PTU first went live on Wave 1. I did one and I killed everybody, all the ships, but I never got credit for completing it.
Yeah, I think you have to take a gun along and find that one guy that popped out of his cockpit, is floating around.
That's
I was
just
hitting with lasers from my ship, and it's funny how it's just bouncing off of them. But then yeah, like when I like rammed it, just exploded, and I got credit.
no. There's a lot of work that they're gonna have to do before it gets to a live state. If not, it's gonna be one of the buggiest lives I've seen in a while. They try to push it too quick.
I heard that they won't, but I mean, obviously everything's hearsay unless you work for them.
Yeah, I can't imagine until they get some of these just basic stability issues fixed. I just can't see it coming. I expect it to be another week or two before it goes live.
They've come a long way in a week.
Oh yeah, they're making progress, but just one of those things that the missions won't complete and people's ships are just, you know, I've had to log out multiple times just to do just basic shit because it was just so buggy. I mean, I was then I had where I pulled
I
my
would be able to play for more like 3 or 5, 10 minutes before I get 30k. My problem.
I mean, I was able to play about an hour or so earlier, long enough to get a ship, get my prospector, go to Arkel and buy a bunch of gadgets, then fly down, actually find a Quantanium rock that was actually a decent Quantanium rock, and place the gadget, and then try to mine it until I got tired of trying to break a 6500 mass with a crappy stock laser on the prospector. I needed a different one with some consumables. But that was my best go I've had in a while, was earlier when I was messing about.
Quantum travel complete.
It's amazing how I can be running around in the refinery here with maybe I don't understand these numbers, working set of memory of 11, and be somewhere else on Hurston and be up to workings at 20 gigabytes of memory. So they have the fuel nozzles and the tanks at this refinery, just for reference.
Where they're selling at the refinery deck, right?
Yeah.
I didn't really look. I know that they sell one tank and one nozzle at Dumpers Depot at Art Court because I checked that other night. But I don't really know, like I don't know what the big difference in the different nozzles and tanks and all that. I just haven't really. I need to get a full list of all of them so I can read each one to see what the description says. I do know when I had the size 50 tanks on the day, and I just transferred the fuel from one tank to another just to play with it, and I lost like almost 20% of my fuel in the process.
Huh.
And it's more than likely I didn't know what I was doing, but I thought the tanks were just click and forget kind of thing, but maybe not.
So will people be running fuel like cargo to the space stations?
Eventually, I think we will be. Right now, I'm thinking, I may be wrong, but I'm really thinking that they're going to have during like a Ninetales or Invictus event, I got a feeling that fuel is going to be one of the commodities that they're going to want, kind of like they did with the medical supplies.
I heard that they're gonna jack up like the fuel price. They're saying that the fuel prices will increase during those events.
Well, I think it's going to jack up regardless the event or not. I think the profit margin for the fuel during the event is going to be like 10 times what it normally would be, is what I suspect is going to happen. But it'll be a good reason for people to run fuel if they can actually buy it and then sell it to an outpost, just like anything else.
Because I did see that fuel talk actually from RSI where they were talking about like that is their goal. Like during those events, where like there's a bunch of combat planes flying, there's gonna be like a drain on hydrogen and fuel, right? So then that's gonna cause an increase in cost. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see like what they actually create the multiplier as or how it works.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to having different commodities that have a supply and demand situation, but they've got to increase the profit margins for people to want to do fuel in the first place, because if you're only making pennies on the dollar, then why would you do that? Ideally, you have it where you buy it for, especially if you're buying in mass, have it where you buy it cheaper. You could sell it cheaper than what someone could buy it at a station potentially.
I mean, I could see you buying it on a Tuesday and on Wednesday Jumptown opens,
Oh yeah.
or like Xenothreat opens up. And
Yeah.
during Xenothreat, fuel is 10 times as expensive from in the nearby station, right? There's just it costs so
Well,
much, but somebody brings a gas hauler out there and offers up gas at 5 times the price or whatever, and they undercut the station.
well, the thing is, if you're buying it for X, you're putting a 10% markup of you're using the standard markup. It's going to be cheaper than buying it at the station. So even if you had it at a 20% markup, as long as you're bringing it in from somewhere else, people will buy it if it's cheaper.
I'm curious of the griefers that will come in after those Starfarers.
Absolutely, they're going to come after the Starfarers. You can bet your money on it.
Which means that unless you're in like a group, right?
Well,
to pay
as
for
far as I'm
protection.
concerned, you're a freaking dumbass if you're going to have, 3 to 800K worth of, cargo on a ship with no top cover. You're stupid. As far as I'm concerned. I mean,
Yeah,
something
like
like
the top
that. You need a
definitely.
full group set up. You need guys. I'd want a fully manned Starfarer for one, at least on the turrets, and at least 2 top cover escorts. Because if anybody, you almost need to do a Congo line. If you wait in line. If you cut in line, you get blown up, like straight up. That's the best way to do it. Because if you don't have some type of rules set up for people doing it, people are going to either just come over to blow you up just to blow you up or whatever.
Yeah, but that should also raise the cost of fuel, right? Like the amount of protection you're gonna need to have to protect your Starfarer.
I mean, at a minimum, you would want the Starfarer and at least 2 escorts. That's my ideal loadout. Because the actual pilot can actually do all the fueling from inside the cockpit, so they don't actually have to go outside or anything like that. Ideally, you keep the pilot in the seat, and the co-pilot can actually go and work the console. One thing I did notice is that they've taken the seat out of the console for the fuel right now. There's actually supposed to be a seat there, and it's missing, at least in the regular Starfarer. I don't know about the Gemini variant. I have never been in one.
Interesting. He's like one a military and one civilian.
Well, yeah, the military one's got less fuel, but it's got more missiles, I believe, is the big difference. The military one's actually more. It's actually cheaper than the civilian one, which I thought was kind of backwards. I kind of felt like the military should have been the more expensive variant since it's got more missiles and stuff like that. But I guess those tanks are where the price. I think it's got less tanks, I believe, is the big difference.
Gotcha.
I kind of want to. I kind of want to go pick one up in the PTU and compare the Gemini to the regular one.
It'll be interesting to see if those things with a couple turret operators can really defend themselves.
Yeah, I've never really been in the turrets on the Starfarer, so I don't know what type of angles they have and whatnot. But it's got. I know it's got at least a couple turrets on it, so I mean it's not completely defenseless per se, but you still nothing compares to having a couple light fighters or even one heavy. Just having a sentinel or anything that's decent that could give them a decent amount of protection, or at least enough time for the Starfarer to get out if they are getting engaged. It's just one of those things that you know who attacks and who doesn't. On one of these events, if you're going to play kind of neutral where you fuel up anybody that's willing to pay, as long as you have that reputation and they have the reputation of not fucking with you, you've got that rep. But you can put people on the kill list just like we do on any other event where they're kill on sight, no questions asked, depending on who they are.
It helps if I buy the right size mining head.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I mined.
I tried earlier and I spent an hour and a half plus, and I couldn't find a single rock that had more than 2% that had decent mass. And I checked the belt and I checked Lyria, and I couldn't find anything. So I decided to do cargo run to kind of do a change of pace.
Oh, I just tried.
I mean, I've already made it about, I don't know, about 500K tonight doing cargo runs, I guess. Close to it.
What are you running, Spog?
I'm running the C2 over at Wall. I've been picking up laranite, diamonds, and tungsten. Or pretty much whatever I can fill up with and sell at that one station. Normally I can pick up between the laranite and diamonds. I normally will fill up, and a lot of times if I need a little extra, the tungsten will fill up the last little bit. But
Give you like the commodity stuff that updates prices.
I don't pay attention on that shit. I look for
That
stuff.
commodity.
I mean, I like the idea of the commodity thing, but I don't do hauling enough to find that that's worth really mid-maxing. Someone that hauls all the time probably loves that shit. I just don't have the energy to sit there and try to micromanage it.
I think it has fuel on it now. It's a matter of interest.
Yes, someone had mentioned something about fuel going to be on it, but I haven't really looked into what that entails, I guess. I mean, what I'm looking forward to is when, like, Grimhex is a good example where they need fuel and they're actually will either have a contract out, or you could just do a cargo run where you can pick it up at ArcCorp or wherever and bring it in and just sell it to the admin station. That's what I'm looking forward to, is stuff like that. So there's a reason to be running these fueling ships
Yeah.
to these remote, especially the outposts. Any of the orbital stations are, any of these will need fuel at some point or another. Because unless someone's bringing it in, they're not going to have fuel.
Yeah, because it was definitely interesting to see in the PTU like all the NPCs moving around now that they have.
Yeah.
Interesting to see like how much are moving cargo.
Right. They need to start getting them moving around, moving fuel around and cargo and that kind of stuff.
I think it'll definitely make piracy more attractive for people, because if you can actually chase down NPC carrying goods.
Well, especially when they get on the cargo refactor where you can actually physically take it off their ship potentially and move it onto your ship, and that's nothing but pure profit for the pirates because they're not putting any investment into, buying the stuff. All it takes is one C2 or whatever they're flying. That could be $1 million plus credits worth of cargo that they didn't put any money to get. So it's nothing but pure profit. Anything they sell is pure profit for them.
Yes, so I imagine piracy will probably pick up a lot. Well, hopefully with these new updates.
Well, until physicalized inventory gets implemented, it's not going to get to that level. Because right now there's nothing to stop someone from either just detonating their ship or just running away.
I just died. The elevator in the refinery shoved me. When it spawned in, it shoved me, it clipped me through a wall and threw me underneath the refinery.
It's not a good sign.
And I respawned at Grimhex, so I think I'm going to call it for the night.
Hey, while you're at Grimhex, check the weapons vendor real quick, and let me see if there's any heavy weapons there at all. I'm curious. I heard they removed all the.
I don't think so. I'll hop back in and check.
It's not a big deal. I just have. I want to. I want to check it later. There's this. What I read is they took sniper rifles, heavy machine guns, and all the heavy artillery style weapons they removed from all the shops, and you can only find those through looting now.
I think that's right.
I haven't went to any of the other shops other than Art Court to look, and I didn't really pay attention if there's any heavy machine guns or not there. It's definitely going to be more interesting with having snipers set up at like Jumptown when you can only get those sniper rifles through looting.
Right, or you bought a bunch of them in the hope that they make it through the update at
I'm not.
317.
It would surprise me if they wiped out all the weapons in people's stats because you know people are going to be stockpiling or buying hundreds of rail guns and grenade launchers if they think that they're going to not have access to them. I mean, that's one of those things that I actually would be in favor of is if they wiped out all the armor and weapons and just have everybody start fresh on this new version so everybody doesn't have a leg up one way or the other.
I might have a small speculative collection.
Yeah. I mean, I thought about picking up a couple, like, rocket launchers and different bits and bobs, but I'm not that really worried about it. Then on the flip side, you find a sniper rifle, you can guarantee your bottom dollar that you could go and throw it up in general chat saying you'll sell 20 sniper rifles for whatever, and people will buy it because if they can't get it any other way.
Well, there's an org that's doing that. They have like a weapons shop. Where you make an appointment with them and you go in the ship. Forgot where I was reading about it. I think Gooch was.
Oh, it's so cool. I've seen it.
They
have like an M2, and like you roll up and like all their stuff is like fully loaded with like equipment. Depending on what you pay, they give you access to different racks that they have.
Yeah. But the same thing is people selling Quantanium coordinates, having access to these weapons, people, if they're wanting a certain one, especially if they're hard to find, people spend a lot of money on some of these guns for having them stockpiled.
Yeah, just to lose them 5 minutes after they start a fight.
Hey, this is the
for myself.
Nature of the beast.
So, can you point me to the right place for the weapons?
Yeah, let me pull your stream up. Where are we at? You're in space on my screen, so I feel like that this may be difficult.
It's around here somewhere, right?
Yeah, just keep swimming and you'll make it eventually.
No, I know where it is. I just couldn't find it from there.
Yeah, I can see the dilemma.
When I think once they get quantum going, that having valuable weapons and collecting them will give you a leg up on selling them. You should be able to sell them certain places for more.
Well, yeah, anything that you can't buy should be worth 3 times what anything else is worth. I mean, especially like a railgun, like that thing should be worth, a lot of money if you find one, or even a grenade launcher.
Yeah, I think either one of those is not quite equivalent to having a light fighter on the premises at somewhere like Jumptown or something.
Yeah, I like the idea of having access to all these things, but there's a lot of people that really like those type of equipment, and now that they don't have easy access to it, it's gonna just the rarity of it's gonna make it more of a carrot in front of them. Yeah, I know. I've been hauling for a while now that the sun's coming up. One thing I did notice earlier, Buck, I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but the they seem like they did do some work on the gem deposits for the rock minables. I noticed quite a few rock or gem deposits on Lyria when I was looking for Quantanium earlier.
Huh. Okay.
So I'm hoping that at least rock will be at least more feasible now, because I haven't really done rock mining in quite a while.
Yeah, it's kind of on my list to try out when I'm bored.
Yeah.
All right. So here we are at Grimhex.
So you got shotguns, pistols.
It's MG. That's it.
Yep. They took it. They got rid of all. Interesting. All right.
Not much
That's what I read, and somebody posted a video that was supposed to be what's going to happen. I just haven't had a chance to really hit some of these other shops to confirm it. I wonder if they got any different armors there. I'll probably head over to Grim tomorrow. I'm gonna go through the list, see if there's any different armors or anything they've added.
They have the Morozov, which I don't know if they had here before.
Yeah, they did.
Did they?
Yeah, that was the one I normally would buy there overwhelmingly.
Okay.
It's probably one of the better looking heavies, in my opinion.
They have this Calico one. I actually like the coloring on that one.
Yeah, I used that one. I thought that was medium armor, the Calico.
The Defiance is heavy here.
Yeah, Defiance isn't bad, but I don't. It looks a little too, I don't know, armory. I don't know. It's not my. There's actually a couple that they've got there that I like to mix the setup, and it actually looks pretty good.
Yeah.
But just one of those things.
All right. Well, now I'm going to call it. So, have a good night, all.
All right, Buck.
Have a good night, Buck. I think I'm gonna follow you and bounce out as well.
Yeah.
Have a good night, Spot.
All right, man.
Something.
hell just.
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete. Landing gear up. Quantum travel engaged.
Hey Gooch, that that Google Doc you sent me, I don't have access to it.
Really?
I sent a request to view it, but
Hang on. Anyone there with this computer copy link. It's that one.
I'll check in a second. I've got a guy by me. Yeah, I've got access to that second link you sent me. My shit got damaged or something.
Trying to put this together for. Had a fleet week and us getting ready to launch Vanguard First Fleet. So I'm going to create my Aero Squadron.
Yeah.
And then lay out the. I came up with Vice Squadron today. I think it sounds cool. And it falls in line with like the story behind Jumptown. Drugs, intercepting drugs, so on and so forth.
You might as well go and put my name down on the list in the trainee, because I'm probably gonna. I was planning on trying for it at least.
I like to hear spot.
I just want to see if I can progress. I feel like I've kind of teetered off. I haven't made a lot of progress, I feel, lately at least. I think part of it is my damn stick in my hand fucking cramping up on me. It's not helping.
Yeah, getting your ergonomics right makes a big difference for it. I find that.
The problem I have is I tried to grip the right stick or the alpha in a way that it's not meant to be gripped. So I'm forcing something that it was not designed to be held that way.
I was talking to neighbors about it, and I was telling him, like, a lot of the time when I'm flying, like, really good and fluid, and I'm, like, relaxed, like, my palms aren't even on my sticks, right? Like, I've got a real loose grip on them. And I just, like, I just don't have a lot of, like, cranking on them.
Part of it is, I think part of it was the fact that the way that the alphas are set up, it's more of like a resting palm style grip versus like the pistol grip. And I try to do more of like a pistol grip when it's not designed for it. And the other thing is I had my secondary fire on my thumb hat on the grip, and I found that just kind of wears my hand out if I have to do long fights in particular. I just found the Gladiator is just a more comfortable grip, or that's the pistol grip style at least.
Did you get your MKB? Did you get the one because you ordered the one I have, right?
Yeah, it's coming in Thursday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's coming in, and my mounts are supposed to come in at some point. I don't know when the hell they're coming in, so I'll probably have
Did you order monsters or?
No, I ordered Predator mounts.
Oh, okay. I'm really curious if you prefer, because you have an alpha right hand, right?
I've got an alpha in both hands right now.
Yeah, I'm really curious if you're gonna like that gunfighter better. Of the two, the only thing I don't like about my gunfighter, in my MCE gunfighter is I actually kind of wish I'd bought the plastic one because then I don't think I'd be dealing with the paint coming off of the metal.
Yeah. I just like the customization of the different hats if you want to kind of tweak it some.
Yeah, I like that too.
But my biggest thing was it's just not that comfortable. It's just to me, for my hand, it's just the left hand is fine for using it as a throttle. I have no issues. It's real comfortable, but for being your main flight hand, I find it's just not as comfortable to do those type of intense fights. I find, like I was telling one of the guys, it's not really an issue with the alphas as more of it's an issue of the way I hold the grip makes it more uncomfortable than it should be.
Yeah.
Plus, I want to be able to get my sticks under my desk like I used to have them set up on my Gladiators, so I can be closer to the desk. And I just found that a better design than having to sit so far off, like with the Virpil mounts.
Have I shown you? Have I sent you what mine looked like after I put the keyboard tray underneath?
Don't think so. I mean, I saw your monitor set up before, but I don't know if I saw it with your keyboard. And I know you had your laptop on the left. I did see that bit, but I don't know if you had the keyboard tray on it or not.
Let's see if that. It's kind of dark in my office right now, so it's hard to see anything. Always turn the damn light on. So I ended up I was doing this thing where I would like lean way forward and then lean back and lean way forward and lean back to get to my keyboard up on top. And so I bought this under desk keyboard and mouse tray. And now I can push that underneath if I want to, so it like completely disappears underneath my desk. Or I can pull it out. And so when I'm sitting now in lean back mode, that keyboard and mouse tray is right in my lap, and it makes it like it's kind of perfectly it's like perfectly set height wise for me to get my hand to the mouse and the keyboard and stuff. The only thing I don't like about it is I kind of have to like reach over with my right hand to type if I want to, because like the keyboard's not right in the middle.
Well, my biggest problem with your setup is the minimal mouse area for the mouse for any type.
I wasn't gonna like that either, but honestly, like I haven't even noticed it being a problem.
It's what you get used to. I'm used to having a little bit more swing with my mouse. But no, I mean, my main thing that I want to get changed out this year is I want to get me a proper nice monitor. Man, I've got a good monitor. Don't get me wrong, but I want to get something a little bit on the bigger size for flight sims. Because when I bought these monitors, I didn't play Star Citizen at the time. I never bought it intending on. I never thought I would play a space sim, to be honest.
Now here you are, signing up for the elite squadron of
I-
PvP
I-
soul
I-
sucking.
I can't help it, man. This game is fucking. It's got me more hooked than any game I've played in the last probably 10 years. I mean, the only thing that came close is when I used to play Star Wars Old Republic and Rift back in the day when I used to be the raid tank. When I did that every weekend or every week, 2 or twice a week or so. I miss doing raid tanking and raiding in general, but I just can't deal with leveling and grinding anymore. I just can't deal with it. I like this because I don't have to worry about dailies or anything. I just get on and play and do what I want when I want to do it.
And here I am sending you a thing with like a 4-hour minimum weekly commitment.
Nah, I mean, I play every day anyway, so that's not a big deal to me. For the most part, I'm pretty much on. The only time I won't be is I'll be gone for about 2 weeks in May, but other than that,
Yeah, we're all gonna have time as it were away.
oh yeah,